Hey guys, Chelsea here from Making Manzanita, and today we're going to be installing some new lights out on our porch, and we're going to start by unboxing it. So this video is sponsored by Liviar. They sent us these porch lights and we're going to get them installed for you today. So this is the box. We got the, I think they're called modern porch lights, and they come in a 2-pack. So we have 2 lights on our front porch on either side of our French doors. So getting them in a 2-pack is a great deal if you've got 2 lights on your front porch, or if you want to use one on your front and your back porch. All right, so we just got this box in. Let's see, it's packaged really well. All right, so here are the 2 lights. Nothing's broken, so that's a good sign. It does come with some instructions and the mounting hardware and the wire nuts and everything in a little package. They're all wrapped in plastic here. Let's get this one in. Alright, so this is what it looks like when it comes out of the box. This other one is identical. It's like a powder coated matte black finish, which looks really high quality, and then there's some glass inserts, and I like that the bottom is open, so you can easily change the light bulb. It does come with the mounting bracket that you'll need to install, and then of course your wires. You've got your ground, your neutral, and your live, and we'll walk you through the whole process on exactly how to install this safely, even if you've never changed a light fixture before. So as with any of our videos, when we're dealing with electricity, definitely want to handle this with caution. You want to make sure the electrical is completely turned off at the breaker, and then you'll also want to use one of these voltage detectors. After you've turned off the power, you just hold it up to place on the wire to make sure that there's no power running through the wires before you start messing around with any light fixtures. So we'll be sure to walk you through that whole process as we get going here. Let's go outside and get our old porch lights removed. So here's the old porch lights. They're mismatched, so it was definitely time to have them replaced. And we had originally had some glass globes over these, but they have been removed since then. So I am going to turn this over to Logan to walk you through the rest of the installation process.
First thing here you want to do is turn off the breaker so there's no power at the light. Then start taking the thing apart. Just start removing it. As you can see here, we're testing it with the voltage detector, going through, making sure it's actually off. You never know what it's like, who wired it before. When we started digging into this, we found out there was no box in here, and we're gonna have to take a break and go get a box. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Here's a look at the tools that I'm using. You can pause and take a look at them more, but we're gonna jump right into putting this box in. We got a metal box that we're just feeding the wires through right now. We're gonna get it in that hole and then screw it in. Very important here, you get a metal box. Make sure it's nice and secure in there. We had to kind of jimmy rig this because the trim was too deep. And then all I'm doing right now is I'm going to be cutting that wire down. You really only need 6 inches coming out of the box. You don't need that much wire. It's just a hassle to work with all of that in the box. So start by cutting it down 6 to 8 inches. You'll leave it longer if you're a little nervous about it, and then just strip it and start stripping each individual wire. You're going to want to use the 12 or 14 gauge on your wire strippers there, and you just kind of work it, bend it back and forth a little bit to cut all the plastic off, and then just pull out. You want to work like it's hot. Don't ever just connect the neutral, the white, and the black for fun, even if you turn the power off. Just strip it, put the wire nuts on, and then we'll talk about what to do next. Alright, right here we're just starting to put the light on now. Usually all these lights come with this bracket. This Liviar lights definitely came with this bracket on the back, so you take the bracket and remove it. And you're going to want to put the bracket on the box first. Each bracket will fit on the screws that are on the box. So you start by unscrewing what's on the box here. I usually do one side at one time. Get it attached so I don't have to fiddle with it. Once it's attached on the bottom, do the top, then screw it down tight. Try to keep it flush with the box, keep it as level as possible. Once you get that done, you can start putting the light on. I always start with the ground first, just so electricity has a path to go straight back to the, breaker panel and the grounding rod. Just a little safer to work with it grounded. You'll see these green screws on the bracket. That's for ground. I usually just wrap the wire coming out of the light, just it's a little more flexible. I wrap it around there and then tighten it down. This will ground your light to the box. It's just, another place for the electricity to travel instead of somewhere you don't want it to go. It'll just go right here to the box and be grounded out. These lights, usually their wires are a little finicky. You kind of have to twist them a little bit so they thread into these wire nuts better. I really bear down on these. I try to get the wires wrapping around each other, and then I shove the neutral in with the ground. Always attach the black last because you're completing the circuit now. It goes back to the neutral bus on the white wire in your panel, and it goes to the ground. Then you connect the black, and now you're live theoretically. So keep working like it's hot. Shove the black in a different spot in the box than the neutral on the ground. Then you're ready to start attaching the light here. There's these screws that'll come out. You're gonna have to adjust them. There's a nut that you just have to make a bunch of adjustments and test it. You only want a little bit protruding out of the light for the decorative nuts to cover. That way you don't have to deal with any screw colors coming out. We use these bulbs. They're fancy Edison bulbs. They're pretty nice. They look good. They're a soft white. They're not daylight because daylight kind of looks harsh. And that's what it looks like done. You just screw it in there. Ideally, we'll go test it here. It'll turn on. These lights are pretty easy to install, as you can see. It's really just, if I didn't have to fiddle with the box, it would have been in there a lot faster. But now we have a box in there. It's safe. It's all grounded out. And we're going to test it here. Lights are on. Went ahead and did the other side. My wife will be happy. These finally work now. This has been a couple years, and here's what they look like all done. I like them. They're matte black. I always like that a little bit more. And yeah, now at night, porch is lit. Got some fancy bulbs. It looks good, and all in all, it was pretty easy. Definitely worth time and investment to put these lights in from M. Liviar. All right, and lights are in. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed following along there. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe and thumbs up the video. There's another video to watch if you want to keep going. Also, all the products we used for this will be in links in the description. And two, if you guys have any questions at all, just let us know in the comments. We'll get to those and get you installing your own lights too. Also, and thanks and have a good one. We'll see you next time.